Okay, so almost always have a hydration station set up in our kitchen. And in the winter it looks a little different, but in the summer it looks like this. I try to put out a nice placemat, pretty glasses, and I try to have something that looks really appealing to drink. And this is just basically herb and fruit garnished water. And so the hydration station is, most people, what they do is they hydrate while they're eating. And you don't want to do that because a lot of, people work and work and work or whatever, and then when they sit down for a meal, they hydrate. But you don't want to do that because Ayurveda teaches to drink between a half a cup and 1 cup of water sipped at room temperature with your meal. And if you're chugging down a bunch of ice water or a lot of water, or you're getting your hydration in while you eat, you're actually disrupting your digestive function. So you want to make it enticing to drink and hydrate in between meals. So that's why I have this happening. And so when it's hot, and we're trying to balance out the heat. I'm going to show you some of the things that I use. So number 1, cucumber. If somebody comes home dehydrated, irritated, and agitated, cucumber is number 1. And right now it's hot, and so I definitely have cucumber in the water. Cucumber is cooling, it's hydrating, it's full of electrolytes. Okay, so cucumber is an antidote to excess heat. All right. The other thing that I use a lot of is mint, because mint is it's a cooling herb, and mint also enhances mental function. And you know how when it gets too hot, like your brain doesn't work? Well, mint helps with that. So mint is a great summer herb when it's too hot. The other thing I'm using is rose petals. Rose petals are cooling. They're good for the nervous system, and they're a little bit calming to the nervous system. So again, heat rises and heat accumulates in the body. And one of the ways it can show up is with irritation and agitation. So the rose petals help to kind of cool and calm things down a little bit. And then I use whatever fruit is in season. So the lemons and the oranges and the limes, especially the lemons, are cooling and hydrating. So I'll put a lot of lemon. And right now, lavender is in bloom. So I'll put a little bit of that in my water, and that's really nice. And the other thing I'm using is I have passion flower. And again, heat can create irritation. And so putting a little bit of passion flower in your water helps people to stay a little bit more calm and collected. And it really just kind of depends on what's happening in your garden. So yeah, that's, you want to make sure that people are staying hydrated. And hydration is really, really important for the nervous system. The nerves don't function that well unless, you're hydrated. And also, the other thing that happens during dehydration is that the body goes into kind of like an emergency state. So what happens is then the body will kick in the adrenals, and then you'll start running adrenal hormones to stay to help everything function because you're dehydrated. Adrenal hormones are superheating, and they cause more fire in the body, actually. And the other thing is that people get irritated. The increased fire and heat creates irritation, and it creates stress. So I'm super interested in knowing what your hydration station looks like and what you're garnishing your hydration water with. Let me know.